Sorry about that, my phone just started ringing, which is super annoying. Here's a relic again, there's two more relics here actually. Mash. Might plus 150, intellect minus 40, personality minus 40, speed minus 40. Yeah, and it's a club. And you see it's even a relic type weapon, but the value is 20,000. So that means it's actually worth the same as an artifact. Everyone can use it though, so like if you want to turn your Lich into a purifier...
I can't use that!
Wait, really?
I have no use for that!
It's a mace?
That's of no use to
I
me.
was for sure that it was a club, actually. Okay, never mind then. I lied. It is said that Mash was the answer to the first ogre's prayer to the gods for a weapon that would make him strong, or make him stronger than anything else. Annoyed, the gods cursed the first ogre with Mash, and all ogres have since borne the mark of that act. Strong, but slow, dull, and stupid. In any event, Mash is now yours. Thank you. It's not even a good weapon. I mean, look at this. It's not good. It's just not. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is a club. That's what I thought. Okay, but apparently we need mace to use it. This is another artifact I've been talking quite a lot about. It's one of my favorite artifacts. It's the only staff artifact in the game. Yeah, it's only slightly better than the wizard staff, but that's not its true strength. Its true strength is in of dark magic, first of all, which can be kind of handy if you get it in the beginning. And then, second of all, meditation skill plus 15. That's a lot of mana points. Decrease hit points over time and evil. Much more a tool than a weapon, Efric's staff was fashioned by the world's first Lith, Efric the Mad. He's in Might and Magic 6, by the way. The staff magnifies dark magic, drawing from the life force of its user. Since Efric's life force was magically sustained, this wasn't a problem for him. Mortals, however, will slowly feel their life force drain away while they hold the staff. Liches will actually feel the hit points being drawn or taken away as well, as far as I remember. But the pure strength here is that he almost gains 300 spell points from that staff. And of course that it looks so cool with a Lich. I love it. Speaking of really good weapons, here is Charil. Did someone just yell at me? I don't think so. Charil is an insane weapon for a knight if you Grandmaster Despair. Built at the behest of Harik I during the formation of the Regnan Empire, Charil was named after his wife, Queen Charil. It was left in Regnan's only Arafian outpost during the chaos following Harik's poisoning death in 590 AS. An insanely good weapon.
I can't fix it.
Sorry, you scared me now, Penny. Look at the damage output, for example. It's truly a terrific weapon. And my best character ever in Might and Magic 6. When you Grandmaster or Master a Spare, maybe only. Yeah, when you Master a Spare, you have the ability to use it in one hand. So, you know, you have it in one hand. And then I had Wallace in the other hand. And that combination was truly insane. I'm just saying, it was so really crazy. I can't even explain it. Here's another axe artifact. Ghouls... Nata! Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm home with my parents right now. I'm sorry, okay? It's summer holidays. I have like 2 weeks and stuff. Yeah, so you just heard a Norwegian word. Sorry about that. Ghoul's Bane. Undead Slaying, immunity to paralysis, free to 18 of fire damage. This is just an ordinary artifact. But Ghoul's Bane was commissioned by the Church of the Sun more than 150 years ago as part of their effort to destroy the ever-growing population of undead, created by the Church of the Moon. Hence, undead slaying and fire damage, I guess. And immunity to paralysis, because you know some undeads can do paralysis. Though powerful, it is only one weapon, and the undeads are legions. Or the undead are legion. The Church of the Sun fell in 1083 AD. Still though, I was kind of hoping to find it because I think it looks cool, but as you might see, not necessarily a powerful weapon, and it takes up way too much space for its own good. The Governor's Armor. I wasn't sure if I found this or not with our good party, but I took it with anyway, because it looks the same as, you know, an ordinary golden chainmail. Exactly the same as far as I remember, so yeah. Anyway, the Governor's Armor is also the same amount of armor class, so normally you'll find better. Half damage from missile attacks and 10 plus dual statistics. Owned by Colonel Governor Padish at the time of the silence, this fantastic armor has resurfaced in many of the great treasure hoards throughout history. Like most creations turned out by the Heavenly Forge, it is nearly indestructible, and its like can no longer be made by any forge in the land, but completely normal artifact to get. Wait, the Corsair, we already had that one, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay, then never mind. And finally, Puck. Ancient and Fey, Puck's enchantments cause it to practically fly for enemies' throats. No one knows when or where Puck was forged, but the fairy origins are unmistakable. A typical one-handed sword. I've actually used it with some success before, when I don't have Wallace, and I've teamed it with this, with a knight, which has been pretty nice, because it's swift, which means that you hit much more quicker. So that actually can work pretty well. Now time to look at some spells, but I'm just gonna...
But a scratch!
But I need it fixed.
That's what that means. So you will damage your own characters like 40 or 50 damage every single time you use that splitter axe. Hence, it is truly, truly useless. Okay, so I've now given all of my spells here to everyone. First of all, we're just gonna fly a bit up here so nobody will try to attack us. At least nobody important. And we're just gonna then take a look at what spells we have tried and what we haven't tried, and etc, etc. And why not just start with Spirit Magic here? Heroism, you know pretty well by now, increases the damage a character does on a successful attack by 5 plus 1 point per point of skill in Spirit Magic. Very nice skill to have. Always add that when you have it, like for real. Remove Curse, removes the curse condition from a character if you cast a spell in time. Time limit increases by the more skill you have in Spirit Magic. Also a handy item because there are creatures out there who will get you cursed. And, you know, being cursed makes you fail actions like 30 or 40% of the time, super annoying. Shared Life, an interesting skill for sure. Shared Life combines the life force of your characters and redistributes it amongst them as evenly as possible. All current hit points are totaled to, and 3 extra points per point of skill in Spirit Magic is added to this total. Then the points are distributed back to the characters, with no individual character being allowed to have more hit points than his maximum total hit points. So when we use that, everyone gets 561 spell points or hit points in this party. So I guess it can be useful if you're playing, for example, with a paladin here and have a pure fighting team. I guess that's the only way it can be useful. Spirit Lash. This spell attempts to weaken the link between the body and soul, costing 10 plus 2 to 8 points of damage per point of skill in Spirit Magic. Because of the nature of the spell, the caster must be very close to the victim to set off the magic. If the creature is out of range when the spell is cast, the spell will fail without draining spell points. So this, for example, is too far away. You have to be pretty close. It does a lot of damage though, I'll admit, but it's a master level spell. But look at how close you have to be. 58, not that impressive.
Ow!
Let's see here. Detect Life allows the party to see an opponent's current health as an exact number. So now you see at the bottom here of the screen it says current hit points 79. That's because of Detect Life. Ah, you actually managed to hit me, really. Resurrection. We haven't been eradicated yet because we learned protection from magic. But once you become eradicated, this is the only way to heal it without going to a temple. And it's the Grandmaster level of Spirit Magic. Turn Undead forces all visible undead monsters to flee until the duration of Turn Undead runs out. So it doesn't do any damage, but it can make them just run away, which is pretty fun to see, actually. They just turn around and it's like, nope, I'm not gonna do this. Preservation, of course, hinders death when fighting, which is pretty nice. Race dead. Race is dead, literally. Bless, have an increased chance to hit monsters in hand-to-hand combat and with missiles. Also super, 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 super nice, I have to say. And then finally, a basic spell that I think is insanely good. I just have never been used or been able to use it that well. Fate can be used on a character to increase its chance to hit, or on a monster to decrease its chance to hit. The chance is modified by 20 plus 1 per point of skill in Spirit Magic, and lasts until the target attacks or 5 minutes go by. So, like, I don't think you can see the bonus here right now, but I'm gonna try. No, you couldn't. But apparently that's actually a super good spell. I just haven't ever actually used it correctly to, yeah, you know, mass or do it correctly. Mass Fair. All creatures in the caster... This is Mind Magic. We haven't seen any of these because I hate Mind Magic. All creatures in the caster's sight fair the caster and flee. If a creature takes damage while under the influence of the spell will be broken. Mass Fair will not work on undead creatures, because then you have Turn Undead. The duration of Mass Effect is 3 minutes per point of skill in Mind Magic. Now they are supposed to be scared. Well, they're scared anyway, so I guess it didn't really work here. Sorry. Here is one of the few Mind Magic damaging spells. I think there's like 2 of them. This is Psychic Shock. Similar to Mind Blast, Psychic Shock targets a single creature with mind damaging magic, only to a much greater effect. Psychic Shock does 12 points of body damage or mind magic plus 1 to 12 points, so that can also do some nice damage. 94, yeah, that's pretty nice. Here's the, oh, that's telepathy. Okay, caster reads the target's mind, finding out exactly how much gold and what items the target has.
It's weak.
So, oh yeah, it's afraid. So, right now we saw that he had 50 gold on him. That's what telepathy does. Berserk causes a single monster to go mad with battle loss, attacking the nearest living creature until the spell wears off. That's right. I guess we were the closest living creature. Okay, what about you guys over there? I'm sorry for laughing, but that was so funny.
'Tis but a scratch.
I'm sorry. Remove fair. We've had the fair condition a few times, but I never really bothered with it because it increases strength and speed as far as I remember. So I don't really mind it, but you can remove fair with this. Cure paralysis. We have been paralyzed a few times, especially by the Medusa, but I don't really care about that either. Charm. Calms a single targeted creature and removes any hostile feelings it has towards your characters. Yeah,
It's
but it
weak.
only works until yes, fight
It's
each
just
other.
a scratch.
No challenge at all.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a challenge, you idiot. But you know, as you saw, it doesn't really makes them fight each other. You still have to do that, but still fascinating. Mind resistance. I just like how that looks, but of course it just increases your resistance to mind magic. Mind Blast is a basic spell in mind magic and can do damage. That's the only reason why I used to learn mind magic before. Fires a bolt of mental force, damaging to a single target's nervous system. The Mind Blast does 3 points of damage plus 1 to 3 per point of skill in mind magic. Not a powerful spell, but it's super cheap, so you can actually use it to damage in the beginning with a cleric. Only 2 spell points. Enslave, here we go. Takes control of the target's mind for 10 minutes per point of skill in mind magic. Enslaved creatures will fight monsters that are hostile to the caster for the duration of the spell and will not fight with the caster even if attacked by the caster and his friend. So boom, we're now best friends, aren't we? And it will now, if they're like, even if we had hit him right now and he wouldn't have attacked us back even if he wanted to. Because, you know, we have enslaved him. And that's the Grandmaster spell level of Mind Magic. I don't like it, but I guess it can be used to some positive effects. Cure Insanity is just what it is, but I, once again, usually like being insane. Cure Weakness, you notice that when we wait for a long time, we become weak. Well, you can cure that. Power Cure you've seen. Harm is a damaging spell in Body Magic. Much like Mind Blast and stuff like that. I think it sends a snake. Yep, it does. It's just ordinarily damage. When you want real damage with a cleric and spells, then you should go for the Flying Fist. Flying Fist throws a heavy magical force at a single opponent that does 30 points of damage plus 1 to 5 points of damage per skill in Body Magic. It can do some heavy damage if you concentrate very heavily upon, but it costs a lot of spell points though, 25. Let's see, Regeneration, Cure, Cure Disease, Cure Poison, Hammer Hands, that's it I guess. Light Magic, I don't remember exactly what we got with Light Magic in our good Let's Play, but a Light Bolt is the basic damaging Light Magic spell. It fires a bolt of light at a single target that does 1 to 4 points of damage per point of skill in Light Magic. Damage versus Undead is doubled, that's where its true strength is in. That can do massive amounts of damage actually to... 27. As you may have noticed, that's what Archangels shoot and stuff like that, so yeah. Divine Intervention. 3 times per day you may call upon the heavens to heal your characters of all damage, restore your spell points, and remove all adverse conditions. The gods accept a price, however, aging the caster 10 years for each Divine Intervention. But he is now 40 years old. I don't think actually that matters that much in this game. I'm not 100% sure. If you get even older, it will definitely affect your character, but not only like that. Day of the Gods you've seen, Hour of Power you've seen, Day of Protection you've seen, and isn't there one more here you've seen? I don't remember. Summon Elemental. Finally, we can do that too. We summon Greater Light Elementals. apparently won't do fighting for us, which is fine. We don't need help with peasants. Ooh, Sunray, I love that one. Prismatic Light we can only use indoors. It does 25 points of damage plus 1 per point of skill in light magic. Not the best spell in the game, for sure, but it can remove masses of creatures if you desperately want to do that. Sunray, on the other hand. Sunray is the second most devastating spell in the game, concentrating the light of the sun on the one unfortunate target. Boom, 103 for 33 damage. I disagree though, I think there are way more powerful spells than Sunray. But it's definitely good, and this is just, I gave him 10 in light magic, or 11, sorry. That's with 11 in some light magic. Imagine with much more, it's gonna be insane. Paralyze. Aww. Norman the burglar, I'm sorry. Destroy undead, we can't use it of course, but it does a lot of damage on undeads. And last but not least, Distant Magic. I guess we could have used that on him, yeah. Cute. Now moving on to Fire Magic. We haven't used any Fire Magic at all, have we? So this is about time. Firebolt, the standard damaging spell.
No challenge at all.
Fire Magic, not really anything special. Ooh, Meteor Shower. I love this one. You basically summon a Meteor Shower. If you remember let's just find a new place to kill people and log in for it, for example. If you remember when we fought the devils on the outside of the devils of the colony sod, they cast a lot of meteor showers, which can be annoying. Fireball, boom, explosive. A lot of the traps we've been battling has that. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Inferno can only be cast indoors, and it's not that powerful. But if there's a lot of monsters, it can do a good job. Yeah, good for cleaning out rooms full of weak or moderately strong monsters in 1 or 2 easy castings. Each monster takes 12 points of damage plus 1 damage per point of skill in fire magic. So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can help to clean out things. Immolation surrounds your character with a very hot fire that is only harmful to others. The spell will deliver 1 to 6 points of damage per point of skill to all nearby creatures for as long as they remain in the area of effect. No? Hey! Come on. We have emulation on for like 1 hour. Come on, peasants. Okay, it is supposed to work, but maybe peasants don't trigger it or something. I don't know. It doesn't work continuously, of course, but still. Fire Spike. Oh, I never use this one. Never. Drops a fire spike on the ground that waits for a creature to get near it before it explodes. Fire spikes last until you leave the map or they are triggered. It looks pretty cool though. And then when somebody walks on top of it, it explodes and damages the opponent. So you can kind of play traps if you really want to. I never bothered, but... Haste reduces the time it takes to recover from casting a spell or attacking with a weapon. Super useful, but once this wears off, your entire party becomes tired. So not that useful after all. Incinerate is like... oh yeah, what did I expect? I don't know. Strongest fire magic spell. It does 15 points of damage plus 1 to 15 per point of skill in fire magic. I don't think it's as good as people want it to be. You will get better skills than that because, you know, in order to get that spell, you have to be a sorcerer. And then you'll have to get light or dark magic, which will have better spells. So, I mean, yeah, Careface. Fire Aura will enchant weapons for you, but I don't think we actually have any enchantable weapons right now, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. But that means you can just basically get the 8 to 18 points of fire damage permanently on any weapon that you want. Kind of useful, but only if you're a Grandmaster, so yeah. Air magic, we've seen most of them. Fly, Feather Fall, Invisibility, Burst. That wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. But then again, what is? Let me just quickly cast a star so we can get full HP again. Yeah, Starburst is basically you call upon stars from the heavens to smite and burn your enemies. Don't do a lot of damage, but you do... you do summon a lot of stars, so you can do a lot of damage if you're lucky. Shield, halves damage from incoming range attacks, which is pretty nice, actually. Especially for a Grandmaster. I should probably have learned this with Max, actually. It would have helped me quite a lot, but what can you do? It looks pretty cool too, if you ask me. Sparks is another spell that we haven't used. Yes, we did with our light side party. If you remember in the red bar or red dwarf mines, we actually did use it on the slimes, because much like shrapnel, it produces a bunch of different like damaging effects here, that when you stand close, it will actually really do a lot of damage. Even at this point, this could actually be useful ish. Implosion you've seen with Lucky quite a lot, Jump you've seen, Wizard Eye you've definitely seen, Lightning Bolt on the other hand you have not seen, which is the last damaging spell in it's I think it's only an expert level spell, so for being an expert level spell it's actually quite nice. The Sorcerer's Darling, Lightning Bolt, discharges electricity from the caster's hand to a single target. It always hits and does 1 to 8 points of damage per point of skill in air magic. Very nice. In water magic, I don't remember how much you've actually seen there either. I think we concentrated a bit on water magic with Lucky. Only a bit though. Not too much when I think about it. Maybe we did with Betsy. I don't remember. Anyways, Ice Bolt. Fires a single bolt of ice at a single target. It's like the basic damaging spell for the water area of magic. Water area, the water school of magic. Ice Blast is the master spell, and all of those things that went out there will also damage creatures that they hit. So that one in a tight situation, like for example in the School of Wizardry, is pretty insane. When you use wands, for an example, in this game, you lose like charges. This can recharge it. Awaken if you sleep. Pretty cool sound, if you ask me. Lloyd's Beacon you've seen, Tom Porch you've seen, Enchant Item you've seen, Poison Spray. Also kind of an interesting spell. Once again, if you stand super close, all of those shots will hit one opponent, and for 2 mana, that can actually be kind of nice. Maybe better for people with less spell points, like maybe a Hunter or something, I don't know. Acid Burst, one of my favorite spells in the game. It always hits and does 9 points of damage, plus 1 to 9 per point of skill.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, so I've had sorcerers before that concentrated only on water magic, so you know it had basically 30 in water magic eventually. It does insane amounts of damage, just putting that out there. Of course, not more than shrapnel up close, but still pretty impressive. Last but not least of the elemental schools of magic, we have Earth, another one I don't use. This is basically the mind magic of the of this. Blades, you've seen that actually occasionally. I haven't used it. It looks cool, I'll admit that, but not necessarily that useful, you know. It doesn't always hit and does 1 to 9 points of damage per point of skill in Earth magic. I guess if you're high level, then this can be like a reliable skill, but yeah. Deadly Swarm summons a swarm of biting, stinging insects to bedevil a single target. 5 points of damage, plus 1 to 3 of skill in Earth Magic. Never misses. So this is one of the best skills or Earth Magic spells in the beginning of the game. Because, you know, it never misses, which can be kind of nice, but it's still pretty pathetic. Ooh, Rock Blast, here we go. Now we're talking useless magics. Releases a magical stone into the world that will explode when it comes into contact with a creature or enough time passes. The rock will bounce and roll until it finds a resting spot, so be careful not to be caught in the blast. The explosion causes 1 to 8 points of damage per point of damage in Earth Magic. And it just sends out, we can try that again actually. It just sends out a boulder in front of you. Pretty useless. Death Blossom, I like this one, we're gonna stand a bit away though. Fires the magical stone far into the air that creates a very large and powerful explosion, sending shards and explosive earth raining down on the ground. Yes, we hit him! I think that one can only be used outdoors. Yes, so it's not that useful. Stone to Flesh is self-explanatory. Telekinesis we used quite a lot. Stun we haven't used, have we? Because, you know, we didn't really use Earth Magic at all in the beginning. So that makes sense. It doesn't really do anything magical. Slaps a monster with magical force, forcing it to recover from the stun spell before it can do anything else. So basically this can be, I guess, good when something is attacking you. That's like the only thing I can mention. Then you get like the damage animation, and that's it. Earth resistance, self-explanatory. Mass distortion. Okay, we can try slow first. So useless, you have no idea. Stone Skin we've used, and then finally the Grandmaster spell of Dark Magic, no, of Earth Magic, Mass Distortion. Increases the weight of a single target enormously for 1 instant, causing internal damage equal to 25% of the monster's hit points, plus another 2% per point of skill in Earth Magic. So right now this should do 35%.
Oh, give me a break.
And it did approximately that, didn't it? Yes, it did, because it did 2 damage. So I don't like it. I mean, this is why I don't like Earth Magic. There's basically no good spells. Oh, I was hoping that would hit. Okay, never mind then. We can use this one instead. Dark Magic, the last one. First of all, can we sacrifice Lauren Steel? No, we can't. Okay. Let's be super evil and sacrifice Constance. Sorry, Constance. Sacrifice. This evil spell immediately slays a single hireling, reducing the reputation of the party significantly. The caster's spell points are completely returned though, and all conditions, hit points, and magical aging are immediately healed. So yay! Pain Reflection we've used. Reanimate we'll use in a second. Armageddon and Shrapnel you've both seen. Vampiric Weapon. And Chance of Weapon with the Vampiric ability, which is pretty nice. Soul Drinker you've seen, so that leaves like 5 spells. One being Dragon's Breath, and we're not going to stand close when that happens, because this did 523 points of damage to 1 peasant. That is insane amounts of damage, and it's also area of effect. So like, if you sorry, that was probably a weird sound. I just remembered there are a few human warriors still standing up here, isn't there? Let's go have some fun. Dragon Breath is most likely, if you don't count going close with Shrapnel, the most damaging spell in the game. It does insane amounts of damage. I'll see the calculation in just a minute. I just have to check if the warriors are still here. There's actually a possibility they're not, because the map has respawned. Yep, they're not here anymore, which sucks, but what can you do? Dragon Breath empowers the caster to exhale a cloud of toxic vapors that target a single monster and damage all creatures nearby. This spell is the most powerful damage spell in the land, doing 1 to 25 points of damage per point of skill in Dark Magic. Which means that technically, Max could do... Actually, I want to calculate this. He has technically 42 points of skills in Dark Magic. And I'm gonna find a calculator now on my phone. So the most... Oh, come on. Why is my phone always, like, messing up when I actually need to use it? Like, right now, what's wrong with it? I don't get it. Ugh. It's always Snapchat. It screws me over. Let's see. 42 times 25. In other words, it could have done over 1,000 in damage if they weren't resistant or anything like that. And they're actually resistant.
Give
but
me a...
still, they can do a shit ton of damage. Well, still 543 is a lot of damage. Control Undead is just what it sounds like. You take control of Undead for a very short duration, according to me. Oh, reanimate. Yeah, that's... we reanimated a tree. It's now friendly towards us. Reanimate allows you to raise a lifeless creature from the dead. The zombie will fight against monsters hostile to the caster until it's killed again. Pretty interesting. And the more powerful you are, the more hit points the target will be regenerated with. So like, if I had done this in a tree while at basic level, it will only have like 10 hit points or something, so it's not really worth it.
It's weak.
Have you seen something so cute
Just
before?
a cut.
This is the Shrinking Ray, yeah. Last but not least, we have the Toxic Cloud, another very impressive damaging skill in the game. Which I think if it hadn't been for Shrapnel, as you might see here right now, this would have been the spell to use. But of course, we have Shrapnel, and the final thing I'll do in this Let's Play is calculate how much damage we could actually technically do with Shrapnel. And this will be difficult. Okay, 6 times 9 is the beginning of it all. What's wrong with my screen right now? I haven't even oh, I ate popcorn, maybe that's why. 6 times 9 is 54, that's the basic. And then he has 42 times 6 plus... Wait, is this actually right? Oh, 252 plus 6 is 258 times 9. That's... No, wait, I can't do this. Well, okay, the number I got was like over 2,000 damage, and that doesn't sound wrong, but it doesn't sound right either. So I have no idea. What do I know? I'm stupid. In math, it's actually true. I'm not even fishing for compliments here. I'm really, really bad at math. If somebody wants to calculate it for me, then go ahead. I would appreciate it. So,
serious.
with that, I think actually we're just going to call this a Let's Play. It's been a pleasure to play with the Dark Side party again. Jenny Key, the Bounty Hunter, you're not getting the VIP trophy, that's for sure. Penny, you did a very good job in the beginning of keeping everybody afloat.
I can't fix
and now
it.
I just realized why you have so little armor class, because Harik's
I
is
can't
broken.
fix it.
You did a very good job in the beginning of keeping everybody like afloat. Eventually, though, you kind of lost your spirits together with Jeniki. Jeniki, you were never good. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. You have a good personality, though, and I actually mean that. She's my favorite character in the game, this redheaded elf lady. So Penny and Jeniki, sorry, none of you are up for the VIP. Penny were the closest, maybe, but nothing can come close to Emmanuel and Max when it comes to being the VIP. I'm actually gonna give the VIP... Ooh, I forgot. We were gonna use the blasters, weren't we? Yes, we were. Okay, then we're gonna show that off first as well. I think I'm gonna give the VIP medal here to Emmanuel because of his healing skills and damaging skills. He could do both, and that's very, very skilled. And last but not least, we're gonna show you the power of blaster rifles. I have now given them 15 and Grandmaster bonus to blasters, which everybody can Grandmaster it, and 15 is not totally unnatural once you reach level 60. Yeah. You will never miss, almost, and you can just feel the power, and this... Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. Let's also add haste. Here we go! That's the true power I was thinking of. Like, this is just insane amount of damage. If you stand close... Well, let's actually, for an example, just go to... That is the last thing I'll do, seriously. Oh, hello, you guys are friendly. I hope you remember that.
Ow!
Tis but a scratch.
I was
But I
thinking more
need
of
it
going down here
fixed.
into the breeding pit again, and just... Oh yeah, and then we can, of course, bless some
Okay,
heroism
let's
as
go
well.
in.
Just, you know, make everything 100%. Because this is still pretty normal. You'll be able to do this with normal party.
Ow!
I mean, you just slay everything. Let's go into hand-to-hand with these guys. Actually, I still think that the shrapnel is probably... Oh, nice. Are you sure?
It's just a scratch.
Okay, so, I mean, it's still pretty powerful, but actually now that I've been playing with shrapnel more seriously than I ever have before, I think actually shrapnel is better. Like, for real, I think shrapnel is better. Which is kind of surprising, actually. I'll just see how far I get down here with... I guess we're just gonna end the episode here. It's been a pleasure playing with you guys again. I think this will be the last Mathematics 7 Let's Play I do, considering it's the second one. But if you have any super specific wishes that you want me to try, then sure, I could probably give it a shot, but probably not yet. Probably first of all right now, it would be to play Mathematics 6. That will also probably not be until this fall of 2016. And maybe not even then. Why are we not getting you? I'm currently right in like a job. There we go. Application process, so I might get a job suddenly, so I might not be able to finish, blah 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 blah. I was very happy I got to finish this, because once again, this is one of my favorite games ever. I still think this damage on here is actually quicker with shrapnel.
Tis but a scratch.
Except of course if this doesn't cost any money. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in another Let's Play of mine. If not, then thank you for joining me for this one. That's good enough for me. And I'll
I need
just
it fixed.
quit now, I guess. Or, you know what, why not sacrifice our instructor as well? I mean, we're evil. Boom, last thing we'll do, and full mana and hit points. Pretty nice, actually. So, I've been a Waiting Gamer. Thank you for joining me. See you in another Let's Play. Hope you enjoyed. See ya. Bye bye.